think I'm live right now. I'm not sure. Let me check. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sana, the Chiropractor, and today I'm
That's specifically for that product. Maybe for that product she doesn't have them in stock, so she has to go on and customize the product for you. And normally with Chinese people, when you're customizing the product, they will tell you that the apple cube will have like 200, 300 to 500 depending on what code are they actually getting on the factory. So with that specific product, I wouldn't say go on and do bulk ordering more, especially since you don't know if the product is on demand or not.
ladies and gentlemen. I hope everybody's going well. I'm doing well. I know there's no one inside here, but we in with the streaming. We in with the. We're in with everything. We in with everything. So nothing much. I just want to do some few exercises of my chiropractor. So, shoulder, shoulder pain relief. Shoulder pain release. Let's see what are we finding. And this guy's activities are no, I don't want to do all this. I don't know if I should watch this guy again. Watch this guy. I don't know which one I should watch. What are you doing with your dogs? I'm trying to find the right person to watch. Let me just go at the top. It's fine. And I just want someone that is sitting on the chair because I'm sitting on the chair right now. Just something very simple. Or sitting down or standing, whatever it is. I think this one is going to be. This one is sitting. This person is sitting on the chair. Is sitting down. Let me just watch this guy.
That's right. Hey! Let's go. That's my tribe.
Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from Spine Care in St. Joseph, Michigan. So when it comes to one-sided neck and shoulder pain, a major cause is due to a blend of weakness and tightness in the muscles that support this area, especially with the upper trapezius and levator scapula muscles. To fix this, I'm going to show 3 different methods that will help release muscle tightness, stretch these tight muscles, and eventually strengthen them for both quick and long-lasting relief. Each part works just a little bit differently. To get the best results, go through all the exercises and use what works best for you. With that being said, let's get started. In this part, we're going to focus on releasing muscle tightness that may be causing neck and shoulder pain. You can do this when standing or seated. So whatever side that you're having pain, let's say it's your right side, take two fingers or your thumb, and you're going to place them right and over again the whole length of the neck, working into your shoulders. When you do this though, you're probably going to find that one certain spot is the pinpoint spot of pain, tightness, or achiness. Like right here for me, it's like a big muscle knot. At that point, I keep repeating this over and over again until it finally releases, or I'm not getting any more improvement. And if you do have one spot that's just really stubborn, doesn't want to release, at that point, I would recommend switching up the movements of your fingers. So if you're doing a counterclockwise massage, switch it up and do a circular massage. You can also take your fingers and make hooks with them, hook into those muscles and pull them off to the side. Experiment with as many different movements as possible until you find the one that offers you the most relief. But if you really want to take this one to the next level and get a much deeper massage, what we can do is a tilting motion with our head to activate these muscles. So if we have pain on our right side, what we're going to do is tilt towards the other side, and vice versa if it's on the left. So let's take our fingers and dig into that hot spot that we found earlier and apply enough pressure where it's going to be a deep massage. We're going to hold this and now tilt our head towards the other side as much as we can until we feel a deep
This is
activation.
good.
You should feel like a tensing of the muscles from the shoulder into the neck. Once
This
we
is
feel that, we're
fantastic.
going to hold this and now do that circular massage. This one usually feels really, really good. But do that for about 5 seconds, release it, and keep repeating this over and over again, over as many different spots as possible until everything is nice and loose. In this part, we're going to focus on stretching tight muscles that may be causing neck and shoulder pain. I call this one the double trouble because it's going to target the two main instigators, the upper trapezius and levator scapula muscles. You can do this when standing or seated. Let's start by targeting the upper trapezius. Whatever side that you're having pain, let's say it's your right side, take the arm on that side, bend your elbow at 90 degrees and slide it across your lower back as much as you can until you feel a light stretch form on the top of your shoulder that works towards the side of the neck. You're going to hold this, now take the hand on the other side, hook the side of your head, and now slowly pull your ear towards your other side shoulder. As you do this, you should feel a really deep stretch form from the top of the shoulder that works into the side of the neck. Once you feel that, you're going to hold this and now really take it to the next level by slowly turning to look upward towards the ceiling. So we're just rotating, taking our chin upward towards the ceiling. At this point, you should feel a really deep stretch. Hold this comfortably for 20 to 30 seconds, release it, and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. So let's now focus on the levator scapula. We're going to do an exercise fittingly called the armpit sniffer.
Wait, I want to count.
So
I want to count.
let's say we have a lot of pain.
I want to count to like 5, like 10 repetition, or 20 straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, that was good. Let me repeat it again. And do the side one. Okay. Straight. Tilt in the head. Bend at the side. Look straight up. Tilt again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. You need to really concentrate this because the muscle has been tight or has been in a position that it mustn't be in a long time. So that was good. For instance, for my situation, I was bending and I was in a position that wasn't good for the body for a long period of time on the bed. Just like I was on the bed. I always say I'm going to discuss this story, but I don't know. I always wanted to discuss it, but I always fell in the trap of how to discuss it. So I was in this kind of position. You see, there's a bed. I wish there's a laptop to show you. I was like this, always. Like most of the times, I used to use this hand and pressure like this and use earphones because I didn't have a table at that time. So I used to do this position. Let me not do it again. But I used to stand and bend like this for hours, for like 3 hours, and doing music and mastering music, doing hip hop on the bed. And what happened was, every time when I get up, every time when I come at school, I usually sit like this. And what happened is I put pressure on my hand like this. And this shoulder here pops out like this for hours. So every time when I try and I'm finished, because I will stand like this for probably an hour or 2 hours. And then when I rise like this, I feel a quench of dislocated or whatever you can call it, but I felt the pulling of it being, I don't know what was happening, but I felt like a shocking pain, or like a very sharp pain within here, within my shoulder, and I really didn't understand. And I continuously did the same thing over and over again until this happened 20 this happened 7 years ago, and still it's giving me problems. Every time I rise after doing my music, I screamed out loud because I just really didn't understand where does the pain come from. I was so glued on doing music, so the pain, and I repeated that at the same time. I don't know if something broke, but the structure of my scapula and the structure of my shoulder was pointing up like this. And if I stand like this, I don't know if you can see it. If I stand like this, you can actually see that this shoulder here is much more popping than this one. This one is popping up, and my scapula in the back is weak and it's not in a good position. So this is what I'm trying to do right now. They have been giving me exercises to do, but I've been failing and failing continuously at all times. But unfortunately, this really brought me to know Jesus end of the day, like, because I don't know, man, if I was gonna save without it, but it really, it got me to a position of actually being saved today. I call on the name of the Lord Jesus Christ because of this pain. So that's what really happened. But I think I need to just find out clearly
off to our right side.
what really
What
happened.
you're going to do is slowly turn towards the non-painful side to look over that side shoulder. At this point, you should feel a light stretch form
7
over the
years
side
ago,
of the
just
neck.
imagine.
We're going to hold this. Now take the hand on the other side, hook the back of our head, and slowly pull our chin downward towards our armpit. This time around, though, you should feel a deep stretch form from the top of your shoulder blade working into the side of the neck towards the back of the ear. I really like this one. It usually feels really, really good. Hold this comfortably for 20 to 30 seconds, release it, and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. But go through both of these movements. You may find that one just offers more relief, and at that point, I would throw more repetitions in until everything is nice and loose or you're not getting any more improvement. And for a good measure, I would throw a couple repetitions in on the non-painful side to, again, keep everything nice and loose.
Looking to
So-
skyrocket your YouTube.
Let me continue. Try and do it carefully, in a good manner. He said here, I need to just turn my head at the side so I can actually feel the pulling of my muscles at the other side. Not gonna lie. This is very good, especially around here. I can feel that there's a lot of discomfort, there's a lot of squishiness and a lot of tightness and tenderness, and you can name it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, so yeah, that was very good. That was very good and perfect. Can you imagine? I always have to do this back and forth. There's another option to not do this, to just like change the screen, but I can't find it. I don't know what's going on. When I was streaming with my laptop, I usually have that option of actually doing this, but I don't know what's going on with this one yet. Because, like, seriously, I just need to just change the image, and it's changing the whole screen, like just like this, and probably like but I don't know what's going on. Let me just remove this, man. It's not working. It's not working. But it's fine. I'm gonna work with this like this. As long as it is working. Let me continue.
YouTube channel, let Sprizzy boost you to the top. Using YouTube ads, Sprizzy targets viewers who are most likely to.
So here's a unique stretching exercise that can find the right movement that will offer the most relief. What we're going to do is start standing, take our fingers, make hooks with them, hook our fingers like this, and what you want to do is try to pull your hands apart like this, but resist against the movement with your fingers. When you do this, you should feel muscles across the upper back, into the shoulders, into the neck start to fire. We're going to hold this and now take our chin and just press it forward like this. We're just kind of sticking it straight forward, and then we're going to do a big wide circle with our head and our neck. You're going to feel a ton of muscles start to fire. I like to do this roughly about 5 times in one direction, and with each circle building into it a little bit more, and then I switch it up in the opposite direction and repeat to hit the muscles a little bit differently. When you do this though, you're probably going to find that one certain movement really helps your neck and shoulder pain, like maybe swinging towards that painful side like this, going counterclockwise. At that point, treat it like your weak link and keep building into that movement. over and over again until it finally releases or you're not getting any more improvement. But if you would really like to take this one to the next level and get a much deeper stretch, what we can do is activate the upper trapezius muscle. So again, let's get back into our original stretch of just pulling our hands away like
this is so
this.
good.
Once we feel the muscles activate, what we're
Okay.
going to do is slowly tilt our head towards the non-painful
Let me just
side.
stand.
So if I have a lot of right-sided pain, I'm going to take my left ear towards my left shoulder as much as I can. Once I feel that deep, comfortable stretch, I'm now going to intensify it by slowly looking upward towards the ceiling. So rotate your head and chin upward towards the ceiling. You're going to feel a deep stretch in that area. Try to hold this one for about 20 seconds, release it, and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. In this part, we're going to focus on getting long-lasting neck and shoulder pain relief by strengthening the muscles that help support this area. Here's a
This is so
really
good.
easy exercise that you can do daily right in bed. Let's start on our stomach and scoot.
Let me do like 10 repetitions. Because this is really good. I don't want to lie. It's really good. He said you put your hand like this. And what you do is tilt your head face up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me tilt my head this other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can feel this shoulder here is burning. I can feel the discomfort in the way it is actually structured. It's not structured in a good manner. It's just like this other shoulder, even though this shoulder too is not really in the good form. But you can tell that this one here, the muscles and the structure of it is not really, it's really discomforting. It's not in a good shape, to be quite honest. So there's the other one that he did, that you stand like this and you round your head like this, and you just pull your hands like this and you round your head like this. I felt a very, wait, this is so uncomfortable. Wait. Straight, okay, like this. Pull, head forward, side, backward, forward, forward, backward, forward, backward. Opposite direction, backward, forward, backward, forward, backward. Oh, it's so very hard. But I think I need to do the very important ones that my chiropractor told me to do before I consider these other exercises that I don't know. So the exercise that my chiropractor told me to do, I haven't mastered a place that I can actually do this. It was this corner here. Let me put this here. Basically this corner here. And I'll probably remove all these things. No, this place looks very untidy. So ngiyintsizwa mina ngiyindoda angisemfazi emfazi. I'm just kidding. Like, I need to tidy up my room. I have no excuses. So the exercise that my chiropractor told me to do is just stand against the wall, to raise my hands as high as I can, and to move down, and to tilt my head, and my back needs to be structured. My back of my palm of my hands needs to be straight, touching the wall, flat, and I need to go down as much as I can with my hands not moving against the wall. 1, 2. I can feel the 3. I can feel the tightness within my shoulder and scapula. 4. Down as much as I can. Hands, palm of my hands against the wall. It's really hard. 5. 6. 7. This is so hard. This is very hard, man. This is very hard. 8. 9. 10. Help me, Lord. This is really hard. And another exercise that my chiropractor gave me to do is the one that I need to lie on the floor. But I can even use the wall if I have to use the wall. But I think though lying on the floor is quite much more better than anything, you know. And it's super convenient. And it's the useful, very useful position. I don't know if I need to speak first here. There's no broom. Let me just use this mop just to remove some dust because I'm gonna put my blankets. I don't have any other thing to use. So I think this is okay. Now I need to put something on the floor. It's another exercise that my chiropractor gave me. I think a lot of people are going through these kind of problems because a lot of people use laptops, and it's gonna be very helpful for it's just helpful for me, you know, nothing else. I don't know if someone will find this helpful, but it's really nice to, if you're going through something and you know that other people too are struggling in this kind of things and they're trying to get out as much as any other person is trying to get out in certain things. So for me, I've been trying to get out. I've been trying to get out in the situations of the painful shoulder until I came to Jesus Christ. As much as I'm in Jesus Christ, I'm still experiencing this kind of experience. And I even feel that, yeah, my pain really brought me to the Lord and all that. And there's a lot of stuff that is happening that I can actually communicate about. But at the same time, very, it's a very beautiful story if you think about it, but painful at the same time because it's bringing me to Jesus. One of the most wonderful things, and it's one of the most ultimate things that I can actually say to anybody that wants to get to know me, because I've been living with this pain ever since I came out of in high school. Since today, like even though I was even going, even though I was at that time I was dating relationships, every single person that I was with, they know about this pain. Just imagine, everybody knows, everybody, I told every single girl, I tell everybody that I get to know that is close to my heart, that gets to just like to know the deep level of knowing me, they get to understand that this person has a shoulder problem, but has a shoulder difficulties, but at the same time, it's just like, hey man, it is what it is. It's been a long conversation in my life. It is really hard, and if I to think about it, it's been a long time. 8 years, 7 years ago. Like it's just crazy to deal with the same thing for a long time. It's just so draining. It's so discouraging. It's just so a lot of stuff. And knowing that you're trying a lot of alternatives to trying to exist yourself, and finding out even those alternatives that you're trying to exist yourself with are not really working. But some of them you're experiencing that they are working, or you are not really playing your part as a person to actually assist yourself on making this work. It's really hard. It's really difficult. But yeah, I can go on and on and on and on and on. But I feel like it's just really important. It's very nice. Someone out there can actually say, Azi, I have this kind of difficulty within my body, because over the body, you see this pain within my shoulder is a hidden pain. You cannot see it in X-ray. You cannot see it anyway. Probably you can see some other stuff, but you cannot see the seriousness of it on the X-ray and all those things. It's hidden inside. It's just like, I don't know how I can actually explain it, but it's something that is just a pain that is so deep that it's not really being identified even by the doctor. It's not identical, They're identifying some other things, but it's not really that much identical. But it is. We did discover something with the shoulder, and at the same time, I've been thinking to go back to the hospital and just like to see some other alternative of dealing with this pain. But it's been a long journey. It's been a long time. I haven't been giving up with my exercises. There's a lot has been happening. It's just a lot of roller coaster going on, and I'm dealing with something, and it's just like, somebody has to know. Somebody, especially if you're using a laptop, especially if you love your work so much and you use your laptop for hours. Anything can happen if you use something for hours. You spend something and in not in a good position. Probably your eyes can get strained. Probably your back can get strained. Anything can happen when you spend hours doing something. So I'm just going to do like 10 repetition of this exercise, and I'm done for the day. Chiropractor told me to lie down. I don't know if the camera can see me. But you lie down and you put your hand in the position that you can Raise them up. And raise them down. Raise them up. And raise them down. Raise them up. And raise them down. Raise them up. Raise them down. Raise them up. Down. Raise them up. Raise them down. Raise them up. Raise them down. Raise them up. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Raise them down. Raise them up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Raise them down. Raise them up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Raise them down. Raise them up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Raise them down. Raise them up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Raise them down. Raise them up. Raise them down. Raise them up. 2, 3, 6, 7, 9, 10. Raise them down. Raise them up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Raise them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Raise them down. Raise them up. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I can feel the discomfort within the left of my shoulder. I don't know if you can hear this, but let me just not do that. Let me just not do it. Let me try and do it and see if it's gonna work. If it's gonna happen. But that's not good. Let me just not do that. It's fine. So yeah, I think I'm done for the day. I think I'm done for the day. Yeah. Done for the day. Sure, my camera is burning. I know. It burns.
Forward until our shoulders and head are off the edge. What we're going to do first is target the neck muscles. Take 2 fingers, put them right on your chin, and tuck your chin towards your chest until you feel a light stretch forming in your neck. Hold this and now drive the back of your head straight upward towards the ceiling until you feel a deep activation of the muscles in the neck. We're going to hold this position during this exercise. The next thing that we're going to do is now target the muscles around the shoulders. So you're going to take your elbows, bend them at 90 degrees, and then bring them upward towards the ceiling as much as you can. You should feel a deep activation of the muscles around the shoulder blades, into the upper back, into the shoulders. Once you feel this, hold it comfortably for about 5 seconds, release it, take a breather. And you're going to repeat this 10 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. But if you would like to take this one to the next level and target some more muscles, what we can do is what is called the angel. So for this one, it's very similar. Let's get back into our original exercise, bringing our elbows upward towards the ceiling. But this time around, we're going to reach forward with our hands as much as we can. When we can't go any further, shrug your shoulders upward as much as you can until you feel a deep activation of the upper trapezius muscles on the shoulders. We're going to hold this for a second or 2 and then slowly bring our elbows towards our side. Again, holding that for about a second or 2, and then just keep building into this over and over again, going up and down for about 5 times in both directions. Afterwards, take a breather. On the next repetition, again, try to build into it a little bit more and repeat this 5 complete times. But again, if it feels like you have a little bit more energy, challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. This next strengthening exercise is what I call the lift-off. We can use a couple different things for this one, but I find that using a door frame works the best. But you can also use something like the corner of a wall. You just want it nice and smooth so your hand will be able to slide upward with not too much friction. So the first thing that we need to do is activate the muscles in the neck. Take 2 fingers, put them right on your chin, and now drive your head straight backward like this until you feel a deep activation of the neck muscles. We're going to hold this during this exercise. So let's step into our door frame and make it where when you look off to your side, your shoulder and elbow are in a nice straight line. From here, what I'm going to do is just take my hand and slide it upward as much as I can towards the ceiling. When I can't go any further, what I'm going to do is now focus on shrugging my shoulder upward as much as I can until I feel a deep activation of the muscles around the upper back, into the shoulder, into the side of the neck. We're going to hold this and now really take it to the next level by taking our hand and just lifting it off the door frame and reaching backward like this as much as we can. At this point, you are going to feel a deep activation of these muscles. Try to hold this for about 3 to 5 seconds, release it. On the next repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more and repeat this 10 times. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. Just remember though, whatever you do on one side, always switch to the other side and repeat to help keep everything in balance. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much, man. Yeah, man, I think I'm done with my morning exercises. Yeah, I feel like I did something. As much as it was very hard to do them. But to be honest, I really feel, really feel like I've actually done something.
And reaching backward like this as much as we can. At this point, you are going to feel a deep activation of these muscles. Try to hold this for about 3 minutes.
But to be honest, I really feel, I've actually done something.
And reaching backward like this as much as we can.
So yeah, let me leave. Let me leave. Let me. Let me leave. Thank you so much. To myself. All the best.